Travel back in time with a trip inside the Iowa's News Now vault.
Mayor? Oh yeah, we're working on that.
The last-minute details aren't all work. Besides signing these last few letters, Mayor Don Canney is having a little fun on his last day in office.
Through these doors here, we're lucky.
Did it go in?
Yes!
Practicing his airplane throw and looking back on his term in office. These scrapbooks hold 23 years of memories. While Canney looks back on these with fondness, he's also looking forward to creating a new chapter in his life.
My problem, Chris, I never had a job that I didn't like. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a different type of job, but than I've had recently.
Canney believes the city is heading in the right direction, and he's determined to do the same for PMX.
We both, I think, have the same goals. So with that in mind, I think we want to do some things for this community, and I think we're going to be able to do them. I've ridden an elephant, raced an ostrich, thrown a first baseball for opening a ball season with the doors off a helicopter, from a helicopter.
As Canney leaves City Hall tonight, he says he leaves with a sense of accomplishment, but he warns anyone who wants to park in his vacated parking spot to steer clear. He just might show up there by force of habit.
So I may make an accordion out of their car.
Chris Peddlety, Channel 2 News, Cedar Rapids.
Ask anyone who's worked with Don Canney for any length of time what they think of his resignation, and they will tell you pretty much the same.
Well, came as a big surprise to myself, and I guess I'm just flabbergasted that Don would resign at this time of year.
Well, it's a shock. It's the end of an era.
I couldn't be happier for him.
My first reaction was, I guess, a very pleasant feeling for the mayor and for the community, because I think he can do a lot for this community on the business side of the community, as he's done so much on the public side of the community.
It's not often you find one mayor leading a city for as long as Canney has. What effect will it have on Cedar Rapids? That's something on many a mind.
Well, it's important to have a proactive city government, and I don't anticipate that changing. It isn't just Don Canney on that council who is very positive. It's the whole council.
We were saying what the city's losing, and it certainly is. But I think he was serious when he said he was questioning whether he'd run again anyway. And so to keep him so much in the mainstream of the community by having him with such an advanced company as PMX is just wonderful for all of us, I think.
The question now remains, who will fill Canney's shoes? Who might want to? Are you thinking about it?
No. Emphatically and quickly, no.
No, I'm not coming out of retirement. I'm enjoying myself too much.
Any aspirations yourself for the job?
No.
None whatsoever?
None.
Oh, certainly not. No, certainly not, but that's very flattering.
You're not going to find another Don Canney, but if I've learned anything in all of the years that I've been in and out of politics and around it, no one is indispensable. They forget about you quickly and they move on from there, and that's the way it should be.
Sandy Reescraft, Channel 2 News, Cedar Rapids. Filling the shoes of longtime Cedar Rapids Mayor Don Canney, many agree, will not be easy for anyone. The question is there anyone who wants to try? Canney has asked the council to appoint Streets Commissioner Wayne Murdoch to fill out his term. Murdoch says he'd be flattered to do so. However, Public Safety Commissioner J.D. Smith says a special election would be best. Does that mean he wants the job?
I really haven't sat down and assessed it or really given it an awful lot of thought. And I really think in a democracy it ought to be up to the citizens to elect who they want to serve on the council and who they want to be their mayor.
While Smith says seeking the job is just a consideration on his part right now, would Murdoch run if a special election were held?
I'm not saying 100% at this time that I would if there's a special election, but it all depends on who comes out of the woodwork, so to speak. And one thing that I don't want is I certainly don't want dissension among the council.
Lynn County Auditor Linda Langenberg says, judging from all the calls her office has taken, there quite likely will be a special election. If 1,500 signatures calling for a special election are received by June 15th, there will be one. There will also be one if as many as 3 people file nomination papers. With a primary, each special election would cost the city or county $40,000.
We don't have any real choices of trying to save the money. If the election is petitioned for, we're going to have to hold it. we're going to have to pay the price.
Langenberg says so far 5 people have expressed interest in running for mayor, and 2 have already taken out nomination papers. Sandy Riesgraff, Channel 2 News, Cedar Rapids. If you look at the wall of mayors in Cedar Rapids City Hall council chambers, you notice something is missing. There's not one woman here. That's because a woman has never served as mayor of this city. In fact, no woman has ever served on the city council.
I think it's about time. I think it's about darn time that there was some female representation on the city council.
Why hasn't there been?
Oh, I think there's a perception in Cedar Rapids that people on the city council, instead of being good generalists and being good forward thinkers, need to be experts in their particular field. And there haven't been any women who have emerged as experts in some of those fields.
Some people in town say Clancy herself would make a fine first female mayor. Is she interested in that or a commission seat?
I have had a number of people ask me if I would consider it, and I'm quietly considering, but I have not made any decision so far.
Another name that keeps coming up is State Representative Kay Chapman. Is she interested?
I really don't know. I haven't even got my income tax done yet. I just got out of a grueling legislative session, and I'm trying to do a reality check.
Both Chapman and Clancy say a woman's presence on this council would make a difference. But many people wonder if it will ever really happen.
I don't think that it's particularly that women haven't thought about it or that they have been snubbed or left out. It's just that everything evolves.
Sandy Riesgraff, Channel 2 News, Cedar Rapids.